Yohanse Awadike joins me, behavioral change specialist for today's mental health matters. Yohanse, great to see you. Good morning.
Morning, Jason, and morning to all the viewers.
Today's topic, a very interesting one. Let me read it out. Let me read it out, Yohanse. It says simply, the straw that breaks the camel's back. This can go any direction. Where are we going with it this morning?
All right. Firstly, if you know where that analogy comes from, they used to use camels to carry straws in hay, as in what they cut. And the weight of one strand of straw is actually 0.00014 of a pound. And you keep packing and packing and packing, and eventually when you have a whole group of this straw, it can weigh up to a few tons, even a few hundred pounds. And you would think, okay, well, there's a little bit, I could add more, but eventually that one little piece you put, the whole camel break down. Now, I'm putting it there because it has many little things in our lives that we just keep piling on and piling on and piling on. And sometimes we don't even realize, well, nah, it's a small thing within my job. It's a small thing in my relationship. I see an issue with my child, but I let it slide. I see an issue in my neighborhood. I see an issue in the country. And we just keep letting things slide. But eventually, there will be a straw, there will be something that will break your back, break the camel back, and even break the back of the entire country.
Yeah, interesting analysis, interesting visual too. And I'm thinking, when you look at it now from that angle, personal relationships, hardships, disagreements, people like myself who sometimes avoid conflict. I guess, yeah, people like myself, it could end up being a situation where you take, and then eventually it just explodes. My question is, the opposite of that is people addressing every single issue that comes to them. And you always talk about balance. I mean, is that the approach to just, hey, I don't like what's going on here, whether it's at home, at work, at school? Is it to confront people when you feel aggrieved?
Yes, confront everything, because the longer we keep it there, it starts to fester. And it festers and sometimes never gets addressed. And then we end up in a cycle. So every year, we know it had traffic when school starts. Every year it have problems with books. Every year this, every year that, whether it is on a nationwide scale, on a work front, on a neighborhood front, and even home. Every year we have certain things that cause us problems. It has some problems since I am a child. I hear my uncle and my aunt and them still talking about. So when we don't address it, it becomes a cycle. And then when we're in that cycle, we get stuck. And then you know what they say, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, then what?
Insanity. But then, if you address things every time, I mean, people might look at you as an Uncle Grumpy or Auntie Grumpy. For the ladies who just, or the men, I mean, is there a sweet spot at all in this?
Jason is only come out grumpy when you let it fester. If when you're addressing something, most times, I mean, some people are a little grumpy, right? But when you're addressing things immediately or in a timely manner, it wouldn't come out grumpy because there may not be much emotional charge. I mean, some things may be more serious than others, but it wouldn't have an emotional charge. But when you hold it, and you hold it, and you hold it, and then when you hold it for so long, that energy inside seeps out in other places. So you're vexed with your wife, it ends up on the road. You're vexed with your husband, it might end up on your child. You're vexed with one person, it ends up spilling over onto someone else. So addressing it immediately is what we need to do, because it's years, it has certain problems in the country, it have years, certain things I hear in my family and other families, there's years, and we just keep going, and eventually we have suicide, we have murder-suicide, we have depression, we have anxiety, we have self-harming, we have all the various mental health issues, and some of them could easily be alleviated or even decreased if we just address the issues.
Where does one start? Because again, confidentiality is a reason I think a lot of folks keep things within. They don't want the business out of road. Sometimes men start off a conversation by saying, well, boy, I have a friend who going through XYZ, and really and truly it's them. So confidentiality and that level of privacy is what people look at on a real level when it comes to expressing sometimes that inner hurt. Just walk us through it and walk folks looking on this morning through ways to let the guard down a little bit and just express, probably, whether it's a professional like yourself or it could even be a family or friend.
We could start with a professional like myself. There's so much help now, even online. You even get a therapist now that you may not even have to see in person, or may not be even in the same country. And I'm putting it that way to just get some help. You could even use this scenario as a friend. Even if you need to talk about your friend, talk about your friend. But don't keep it inside. Speak to someone, even if it is anonymous, a pastor, a priest, a pundit. Just don't keep it inside. And of course, we always have the premise of being honest with yourself, because the truth is sometimes we delude ourselves or we avoid. So instead of facing the problems, we head in the rum shop, we head in the casino, we watch too much Netflix, we eat food till we fall asleep and we forget everything. We fast, we study Christmas, we put ourselves into things to avoid, and then you know what? It's the same thing next year and every year. So find a group, find a professional, talk about your friend in a hypothetical way, but do something to at least face the incident.
Walk me through the incident where, let's say, you take, and the camel back really, as you said, it mash up, right? You explode, you let off on your family, your co-worker, your children. You just, you let them have it. You didn't go too extreme, but you really went out of character and out of context. Where's he coming back from that? How does one ask for forgiveness or ask to at least start the healing process after such an explosion?
Well, you're right. Forgiveness is the first step. Forgiveness of yourself, because you have to ask yourself for forgiveness for one, doing something that you may not have wanted to do to your family or a loved one or somebody you care about, and also ask them for forgiveness. And in that process of being vulnerable to ask for forgiveness, you could start that conversation, you blow off on your family, and why, daddy, mommy, why did you behave this way? Well, last week this happened, last year this happened, and I was really taking it on, I was really feeling it. That conversation, that being honest with each other, because whether it's family, friends, citizens in a nation, you can't escape the fact that we're all in this together, right? You could isolate yourself in a home, but you still have your family. You could isolate yourself in a job, you still have your co-workers. You could even isolate yourself in a community, but you still have the whole nation to deal with. So it's best we start the conversation sometime, at least sometime now.
On a medical tip, this could not only, if you hold and keep it in, it could not only impact your mental health, this could also impact your physical health.
That is true. And if you look, human behavior is thought, feeling into action, and the feeling is energy that fuels the action. But if there's no action, meaning that we're keeping it inside. We get thought, feeling, all you're creating is energy inside of yourself. And if you're not letting out the energy, eventually will start to be corrupted in yourself. I know people holding things and suppressing the emotion causes stress, causes ulcers, causes cancer, causes all sorts of dis-ease in your body.
I'll give you a chance to put the closing remarks in, because, again, a very important conversation this morning. And again, I thank you for bringing this to the forefront. It's all yours, Johanse.
Even though something may seem like a small issue, if you hold it for a long time or you stack many small problems on each other, it becomes heavy. And eventually, it will break your back. Don't make life complicated, because even though life is not easy, it's really not that hard. Thank you for listening.
And I'm so happy you addressed it, because, culturally, people who sometimes express themselves, we have this way of saying, you're tutor, no, you're a tutor, and, you want to be seen as cool now, but really and truly, if you hold on, you really could put yourself under strain,
Correct, Jason.
Yeah. You want to say thank you as always. God spare we chat again next Thursday.
You're welcome. Same to you.
You want to say IODK, very important conversation. The straw that breaks the camel's back. That's it for me, at least for today. I'm back, God spare, tomorrow for more. Up next, that in-depth analysis, that deep dive into sports. Ian Wason with the morning shot. He's up next.